What we need is a cozy nest, a cozier nest than all the rest. But there's some things that we must fetch to make this cozy nest the best.
I'm Becca. I am the co-artistic director of Spinning Wheel Theatre and the set and costume designer for Five Little Ducks. We make work for young children through a co-creation process. So before we get anywhere near being in a rehearsal situation, we run sessions with children and their families to find out what they're interested in and how they experience the world.
My name's Amy Wiley and I'm co-artistic director of Spinning Wheel Theatre. The co-creation process on this project has been quite challenging because we're creating a show for children who are aged 1 to 4, and most of those children either don't have any spoken language yet at all, or it's quite basic and they're still developing it. So finding ways to generate ideas and find out their opinion on things, it can't be language based. We've acted out scenes and we've watched them play. A lot of the time the answers aren't verbal, they are in how they play and how they respond to the different provocations that you give them.
Hi, I'm Yanni and I am playing all the ducks in the show.
Hi, I'm Erin. I'm playing Mama Duck. Hi, I'm Mariam and I'm playing all the other animals in the show, so the frog, the heron, the fox and the moth. And the snail.
One thing that I found really useful with the co-creation was that it wasn't just listening to the audience and seeing what they found funny or interesting or what they liked. There was free workshops where we looked at what the young people were doing and how they were interacting with the props and the set that we were going to have in the space.
I really enjoyed how that motivated and structured our R&D process, having that space and time to, just play, see what works.
Spinning Wheel are committed to producing work for all children, regardless of any difference. So we will make shows that are for children with and without additional needs to share together.
So taking your young child to go and see a play can be a really stressful event. They might make lots of noise, they might need the toilet, and you might need to feed them, they might need snacks, they might need to run around. We've really worked hard to make allowances for that in this show.
So our shows don't have any rules. You don't sit in the dark. You can get up and walk around, you can come in and go out, you can make noise, you can join in. There's no expectations of how our audiences, big or small, are going to behave.
It's so important for even very young children to experience live theatre. There's a study by Nov-Dec University which says that for children as young as 3, going to see theatre allows them to tackle big feelings, deal with big problems, and to become more socially tolerant people. It's so important that everybody has those skills, and what we're trying to do with this show is remove as many barriers as possible so that everybody has a chance to do that. Traditionally, 56% of our audiences have not been regular theatre goers, and now we've started working with even younger audiences. That number is much higher, more like 70% of audiences have never been to the theatre before. We're really committed to this idea of theatre being for everybody. We really enjoy taking our work into community spaces, and we find that audiences really respond to that kind of service. On this particular show, Five Little Ducks, we're performing in Ipswich County Library, and we've discovered with working with lots of different libraries that actually, particularly for families, they really use that service a lot. They're more than just places where you can borrow books from. They now run all sorts of different classes and groups. There are support sessions for various different needs. So taking a show into that space feels like we're coming into a community space, and they already feel quite comfortable going in and out and booking tickets to go and see something there.
1/3 of the tickets for Five Little Ducks are being given away free of charge through our partnership with the Job Centre. There's 1 in 3 families in Suffolk live in poverty. And there's lots of evidence that shows that sharing a cultural experience with your family really, really improves your well-being. So we're really committed to making sure that any family who wants to come and see this show is able to access it regardless of their financial situation.
I think it's just all this communication and talking to all these different parts of society, which Spinning Wheel seems to have done quite well with this group.
Becca and Amy have good connections is what I gather. And I think they're very good at sort of feeling the ground and being the very grassroots approach. And for me, and as an actor in this show, it's more of an honor to be part of it. And it's really cool that Yanni is a local.
I think it's brilliant whenever you give kids more of a chance to access theatre, because ultimately they're going to be the future theatre goers. Like, you're going to want to keep this thing going.
Makers.
So why not make it as accessible as possible?
This is a show where we've really committed to creating work through this co-creation process. We know that this is how we want to make work going forwards, because this is the way that we're going to connect with our audiences. And we can't wait to share it with everybody.